On the 1st of October, Iran unleashed its most lethal attack yet. Nearly 200 missiles were launched from Iranian soil. They traveled over 1,500 kilometers before hitting their targets. The night sky in West Asia was lit up with rocket boosters as comet-like contrails sped towards Israel and ultimately made impact. Iranian missiles struck over 30 different locations in Israel. Israel's Iron Dome system was defeated. It was a win for Iran. Israel was taken by shock because the missile gamble had worked for Tehran. The Iranian missile attack was in retaliation to Israel's actions. Israel bombed its northern neighbor, Lebanon. Hundreds of airstrikes were conducted on Beirut, but 6 specific strikes triggered Iran. On the 27th of September, Israeli F-15 jets bombed a building in Lebanon's Shahed. The target was Iran's trusted friend and Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah. Israel had the coordinates of Nasrallah's whereabouts. He was meeting Iranian generals in an underground bunker in one of the buildings in Beirut's suburbs. Israeli F-15s used a special bomb to neutralize the target. These were the bunker busters. It's a type of aerial bomb that's designed to penetrate hard structures like multi-story buildings or underground shelters. These bombs have an extra motor which gives them the added speed needed to better penetrate a hardened compound. It was the airstrike on the Hezbollah chief that infuriated Iran, as the Islamic Republic promised to avenge Nasrallah's killing.
This malicious entity, Israel, has no roots. It's fake and shaky, and it has kept itself present hardly through America's support to it. And God willing, it will not survive.
Tehran's revenge was coming, and it all unfolded on the 1st of October. As Iranian missiles struck Israel, the points of impact were the most important. Iran's missiles nearly hit the Israeli spy agency Mossad's headquarters in Tel Aviv, an army base in Jerusalem, the strategic port at Haifa, the home of Israel's F-35 stealth fighters at Nevatim Airbase, and Israel's oldest and main airbase at Tel Nof. Iran was aiming to inflict damage at Israel's most lethal combat capabilities, particularly Mossad and the F-35 jets. The extent of the damage in Israel remains largely unknown. Both sides have claimed victories. However, the balance tips more towards the Iranian side, as Tehran managed to breach Israel's Iron Dome air defense systems. Israel says that it will retaliate against Iran and take out its oil and nuclear facilities.
The Iranians did not even scratch the capabilities of the Air Force. No squadron has been damaged, no plane has been damaged, there is no runway that doesn't allow takeoff, and there is no damage to our continuity. Whoever thinks that by trying to harm Israel they will deter us from reacting, they only need to look at what is happening in Gaza and Beirut.
However, Iran says that it's ready to climb the escalation matrix and has threatened Israel with a bigger attack if it retaliates.
If the Zionist regime that has gone crazy is not controlled by America and Europe and wants to continue these crimes, or wants to do anything against our sovereignty and territorial integrity, tonight's operation will be repeated several times stronger and all their infrastructure will be targeted.
So, what are the most lethal weapons that Iran possesses? Iran's missiles form the sharp tip of its attack potential. The United States estimates that Iran has more than 3,000 short and long-range missiles. However, it is suspected that the real number could be at least 2 to 2.5 times more than estimated. Tehran has the largest and most diverse long-range attack setup in West Asia. While nearly 40% of the arsenal has a range of up to 1,000 kilometers, the remaining projectiles have a much larger range, with some capable of hitting targets nearly 3,000 kilometers away. Israel is about 1,500 kilometers away and is very much in Iran's range. Tehran also has the capability to strike all American bases across West Asia, and even NATO members in Europe. The long-range weapons to watch out for include the Shahed 136 drone, which has a range of up to 2,000 kilometers. This propeller-powered kamikaze drone has proved lethal in the hands of Russians against Ukraine. It contains a warhead that weighs between 40 to 60 kilograms. Then there's the Emad missile with a range of up to 1,700 kilometers. The liquid-fueled Emad can carry a 750 kilogram warhead and was used during the attack on Israel on the 1st of October. The Fatah-1 is the only hypersonic-capable missile in Tehran's inventory. It can deliver a warhead weighing up to 400 kilograms, and Iran claims that it fired the Fatah-1 at Israel and achieved success. And the biggest weapon in Iran's arsenal is the Khorramshahr. It has a range of slightly more than 2,000 kilometers, and the monstrous missile can deliver a 1,800 kilogram warhead. Iran has invested heavily into its missile and drone programs. Years of sanctions and attempts by the West to isolate Tehran have bolstered the country's indigenous capabilities. On the contrary, Israel relies solely on the West, particularly the United States, not just for its attack weaponry, but even its defensive capabilities. Israel's best defense needs no introduction. The Iron Dome system is a string of batteries, which includes the Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 systems for long-range intercepts, the David Sling for medium-range defense, and the short-range Iron Dome rockets. However, the missiles and radar systems part of the overall Iron Dome are largely all-American. Even Israel's best attack weapon is American-made. The F-35A is a single-engine stealth fighter jet. It's made by the US along with other Western allies. However, the F-35A is special because it has special provisions to incorporate Israeli technology and state-of-the-art systems. The aircraft systems have also been tweaked so that it can launch indigenously developed Israeli weapons, like the bunker buster Spice Bomb. Israel has ordered 75 F-35 stealth fighters, and the aircraft remains Israel's most lethal weapon. But Israel needs political backing from the US for its military ambitions, and Israel also depends on Washington for its defenses. US Navy warships have actively defended Israel every time it was attacked. This includes the Iranian missile barrage on the 1st of October and the earlier one in April. American troops are always on alert in the region, and President Joe Biden's administration has vowed to protect Israel.
We condemn these reckless attacks by Iran, and we call on Iran to halt any further attacks, including from its proxy forces. During the attack, the U.S. military coordinated closely with the Israeli Defense Forces to help defend Israel. U.S. Navy destroyers deployed to the Middle East region supported the defense of Israel by firing approximately a dozen interceptors against the incoming Iranian missiles. We fully support Israel's right to defend itself. You just saw a very significant ballistic missile attack by Iran against Israel. And so, we'll continue to work alongside them to support their defense.
Israel and Iran have marked each other's targets. Tensions in West Asia are at an all-time high. Despite calls for de-escalation, Israel and Iran have their fingers on the trigger, ready to deliver the next blow.
First Post decodes the U.S. election, explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on First Post.